Good day, this is the Professor, CBMD PhD. It's Thursday, July 28, 2022. It's 3:04:19 seconds, AM Eastern Standard Time. And today's research, diagnosing cancer. So let's jump to it here. The immune system can help us diagnose cancer. Date July 27, 2022. Source, University of Copenhagen. How to detect a dangerous cancer. If you do not know exactly what to look for or where, new research into biliary tract cancer can pave the way for early detection of the deadliest cancers. The reason why this cancer is so deadly is that it is difficult to diagnose, and therefore most patients are not diagnosed with the disease until after the cancer has had time to spread. The study shows that biliary tract cancer causes the immune cells to change behavior, resulting in a unique expression of microRNA molecules in the patient's blood. And these changes enable us to diagnose biliary tract cancer much earlier than the existing tests. But sometimes tumors, including the ones you find in the biliary tract, differ considerably, and developing a comprehensive measure for these tumors can therefore be difficult. But one thing all cancers have in common is the fact that they affect the immune system. We need to focus attention on how cancer affects the body as a whole, instead of focusing solely on the cancer cells. Among other things, such a broad approach has paved the way for brand new treatments involving immunotherapy, which is targeted at the immune cells instead of the cancer cells. And thereby adopting a broad approach can also provide us with important knowledge about early diagnostics. The researchers have examined more than 200 blood samples from people with and without biliary tract cancer. They have analyzed the cells in the blood, a large part of which were immune cells. More specifically, they have conducted microRNA analysis. MicroRNA is a group of genes which play a key part in the complex development of the human genome. By comparing the different levels of microRNA in the blood, researchers identified 4 microRNAs, and this enabled researchers to distinguish patients with biliary tract cancer from healthy participants. Other types of blood analysis were unable to do that. All in all, the data indicates that microRNAs change in patients with biliary tract cancer. The new study is not the first to research cancer and the immune system, but it is the first to do so in relation to biliary tract cancer. The research method is also new. Researchers look at the blood as a whole, and thus at all the cells, which largely consist of immune cells. A lot of research seeks to identify methods for early detection of cancer, but it is like looking for a needle in a haystack, as the goal is to find the tumors while they are still very small. The idea behind this approach is to look not for the needle, but for small changes in the haystack. Even though the researchers have completed the study, it will be a while before the new method can be used to diagnose patients. And this basic research, which means that it will take some time, but it does suggest that it makes sense to look at the systematic impact of cancer. It will require more in-depth research. Biliary tract cancer, also referred to as bile duct cancer, is a tumor that arises in the mucosa of the bile duct, the tubes carrying bile duct between the liver, gallbladder, and intestine. The tumor either develops in the liver, or which is more often the case, outside it. Biliary tract cancer is a rare disease. On a global scale, it represents only 3% of all cancers in the digestive system. Biliary tract cancer is most common among people aged 55 or more, and is rarely seen in people below the age of 40. Good day, this is the Professor of Microbiology, Bioinformatics, and pathophysiology. This video was created for educational purposes only. Hope you enjoyed listening. Until next time, have an awesome day.